Unfortunately, pinball simulations never do justice to the real thing. It doesn't matter how many different variations they come up with, converting a physical pinball machine and recreating that mechanical, the ball is always wild feel just ain't happening. Although I must admit, some simulations I really do enjoy, and none did it better than the Crush series. Alien Crush was the first, and gained such a cult following that a sequel for the TurboGrafx was created, as well as a couple of games appearing on other consoles. Alien Crush took pinball on a gaming system to a new level, and obviously borrowed heavily from the Alien movies. In fact, you are literally batting the ball around what seems to be the insides of some kind of alien cavern. It has a definite strange biological feel. The targets move, items twitch during gameplay, and often bumpers explode, revealing something surprising you didn't expect at first. There are 2 screens, or playfields, available, and each is pretty unique. The top one has slime, rollover switches, a bonus counter disguised as a weird brain skull thing, and 3 locks called dead bones. It even has bumpers in the center that can be rearranged by hitting the eyeball flipper. That's pretty sweet. The bottom screen includes bobbing alien heads, scorpion kickers, and strange deflector eyes. This screen also showcases the very familiar looking alien that acts as the lower playfield bonus counter, and awards other miscellaneous points. I must draw attention to the manual that gives a detailed map of the playfields, although they labeled some of the items wrong. Did this person even play the game? The control and gameplay is simple. Button 1 operates the right flipper, the directional pad operates the left flipper, and button 2 nudges the table, just like the real thing. Other than pausing the game, which will come in handy since high scores can only be racked up after hours of play, there isn't much more you really need to know. At the start, you choose the ball speed. Slow is a bit too slow, especially once you get used to the fast, but it's good for beginners. You can also select the music track, deciding between Lunar Eclipse and Demon's Undulate. The latter is a bit low-key, but I personally love Lunar Eclipse. Since you'll be listening to this for most of the entire game, choose wisely. Like most pinball machines, after plunging the ball, you'll start at the top area, heading to some simple rollover lanes. If you drain the top playfield, you'll then move to the bottom playfield. The screen actually snaps to the next one, instead of a nice smooth scroll, which can cause a slight dizzying effect. But a ball never seems to be lost as a result. After a time, you'll notice that some traditional pinball tricks can be utilized, such as bouncing the ball to the other flipper, backhanding a shot, or even using the nudge to keep the ball from draining. The tilt is not very sensitive, so you have plenty of tries to bump the playfield before upsetting the aliens within. Ball physics have always been a problem in pinball simulation games, but Alien Crush has come close to spot-on realism, which is a huge plus. There were only a couple of times where the shot seemed a bit off with how it would be normally in the real world. This makes ball control extremely easy. Along with the 2 main screens, you also play on bonus tables. Each one has unique moving enemies to destroy. Knocking around aliens and skulls, blasting through a barrage of bumpers, or the bonus round that seems to appear most often and becomes the most tedious, chopping down caterpillar-like aliens. Slimer from Ghostbusters also makes an appearance. Isn't that nice? Bashing, or crushing I should say, everything in these rounds awards a bunch of points and a perfect bonus. If you drain before completing, you still get points, and the ball is nicely returned to the top playfield. Learning the rules of what lights what is also important. You'll start to form strategies for maximizing your score, and also earning extra balls in order to keep your game alive. Matching the numbers at the game's end also awards a last chance extra ball, if you're lucky. Now look, right from the title screen, you can tell something unique is happening here. It's truly freaky and cool. The game just looks great with slick animations and an extremely weird atmosphere. The colors are beautiful, and I love how they etched into the playfield surface inserts that are currently not lit up, such as the bonus multipliers. Just like the real thing, and yet not at all. The music and sounds are great too. Traditional and non-traditional pinball effects are included, along with weird alien-like fodder. Alien Crush is extremely addictive, and I can't get enough of it once I start to play. In fact, I must not be the only one who thinks this way. I've heard of some people scoring 1 billion. Yeah! More than likely, I'll never have to use that 9th digit. I'll just stick with excelling at regular pinball. Yeah, it's second place, but, well, the other guy cheated. My only complaints with Alien Crush are minor. I wish a save feature was included, as game times tend to be very long. The 2 screens can get a bit monotonous, and the game could have used a few more bonus rounds. But these aside, it was the best pinball simulation at the time, and it was one of the reasons that the TurboGrafx made a huge first impression on me. It's very underappreciated, and if you're into pinball simulations at all, or even pinball in general, you'll definitely love what Alien Crush has to offer. It still holds that addiction factor even today. 4 TurboChips out of 5.